read. Hey! I see an annoying girl running towards me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you never see yourself making today, but it kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I must feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. I overslept again. But I caught you this time. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. You say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. That's mean. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Fine. I really need to get better at voices, you know? But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean even if you wanted to. Whatever you say. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? I told you already, I'm not really not interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Sarah likes to worry a little too much about me, and I'm perfectly fine and perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. Hello! I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me, you know. And I know you're happy now, but I die at the thought of you being a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. Blah blah. You trust me, right? Oh, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna read all this. I regret my decisions. Don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises though. You at least promise me you'll try a little. Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Yay! Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside her head. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Hello? Sayori? Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. So this is the game I get for the person. Yes. I look around and realize that I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait for me. If it's going to make you late for your own club. Well, I thought you might need encouragement, so I thought, know what? Well, that you could come to my club. Sayori? Yeah? There is no way I am going to your club. Me. Sayori is the vice president of the literature club. Not that I am ever aware she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title Vice President. That being said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Not true, but okay. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please. Why do you care so much anyway? Well, I kinda told the club yesterday I'd bring in a new member, and Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Don't make promises that you can't keep. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead or if she's so cunning as to have planned all of this out. I let out a long sigh. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Yes, let's go! And thus today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Everyone, the new member is here. I told you, don't call me a new member. I glance around the room. Welcome to the Literature Club. It's a pleasure to... Why did I pick a game I had to talk a lot? Or read a lot? I can't read out loud. Hey, welcome to the Literature Club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Shush, you. Sayori always says nice things about you. Seriously, you brought a boy? Hey now. Way to kill the atmosphere. Ah, what a nice surprise. Welcome to the club. Oh, no. No. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. So sorry. Natsuki. The girls who's had an attitude whose name is apparently Natsuki is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. She's also the one who made the cupcakes, according to Sayori. You can just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayori says that quietly in my ear, then turns back towards the other girls. Anyways, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. But don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Well, it's nice to meet you both. It sounds like you already know Monica, right? That's right. It's good to see you again. Monica smiles sweetly. Blech. We do know each other. Well, we really rarely talk, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. No making fun of me. Basically, completely out of my league. So, having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... Hey, you did, Monica? Come sit down. We made room for you at the table so you can sit next to me or Monica. What, out of my league, or...?
I'll get the cupcakes.
Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited. I don't have a league. I'm in a whole different ballpark from everyone. I'm just spinning in a circle by myself. Then how about I make some tea as well? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there is one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walked to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabbed a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand.
Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Whoa.
Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray and we reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. The whiskers are drawn with icing, with little pieces of chocolate, and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears.
So cute!
I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki.
Well, you know. Just hurry up and take one.
Sayori grabs one first, then Monica, I follow.
It's delicious.
Sayori talks with her mouth. Oh, sorry. Sayori talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking at the best angle to take a bite. No, you gotta make it into a sandwich. That's how you eat a cupcake. You rip off the bottom and put it on top. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice she's sneaking glances in my direction. You don't know how to do a cupcake sandwich? You break the cake in half and then you put the bottom of the cake on top so you don't get icing all over your nose. Yeah, it's a cupcake sandwich. The icing's in the middle. It's like a mini cake, except no icing on the outside. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Why are you thanking me? It's not like haven't I heard this somewhere before? Made them for you or anything. I thought you technically did. Sayori said... Well, maybe. But not for you, you dummy. Smooth. Alright. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess? Don't let yourself be intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not... Insulted, Yuri looked away. I mean, I meant that, you know, I believe you. Okay. Okay, Yuri. I don't know what this was. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me but at least I enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises the eyebrow, then smiled at me. So, what made you consider the literature club? Pat. I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Did I? Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so that's okay. Don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you the leader of the debate club last year? Well, you know, to be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. Politics? Isn't a debate club mainly about... Isn't that what you do in debate club? You debate things? What? Okay. Clubs are political. It's any club. It's any club. When someone's so smart, you're dumb. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity. I can't say it. Publicity. There we go. And how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica is a really great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in this club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You can put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new, especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention like literature. Bro, I love books. I love books. I love writing. Sign me up. Don't kill me though. Nobody kill me. No killing. I love reading. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. No killing. No. Killing's bad for you. It's bad for your health. I'm confident that we can all really... Is my webcam open? It was. I'm confident that we are all going to grow... I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. No kidding. Very good. Right, everyone? Yeah! We'll do our best. You know it. Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why they're all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read in the past few years, I really don't know a good way to answer that. Manga. I muttered quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki. Natsuki's head suddenly perked up. It looks like she was wanting to say something, but keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorite are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. You'd love The Ninth House by Reed Bardugo. Yuri, I promise you. Pat her head again. Pat, pat, pat. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story is such a foreign world is actually impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obviously in the way her eyes light up when she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can also deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyways, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once. I literally gasped for something I can relate to at a minimal level.
Stop it, cat.
Oh no, my headphones disconnected. I need to get good with wires going. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you, I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I can't really put it down. Fair enough. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Ugh, I hate horror. Oh, why's that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? But what? What gives you that idea? Well, you left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called...
Don't say it out loud. Give it that back.
Fine. Your cupcakes, your poems, everything you do is just as cute as you are. Siri sidles up behind Natsuki and puts their arms around her shoulders. I'm not cute! Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. It is impressive. Poems are hard. Poems suck. Why don't you share them sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer yet? I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. Hi, Phoenix! Yes. I think it's more entertaining my mispronunciation of the words. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. What, you don't like this game, Phoenix? just a little simulator, right? I know what this game is. I've played it before.
Fun. I love this game, actually.
I just think games like this are silly. Are you not gonna watch me? Wow. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches in your heart. I'm always watching, but I'm never watching at the same time. Okay, Phoenix, okay. I can press the space bar? Found out something new about the game. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable about sharing hers. Yes. Phoenix, you can write me a story if you want. I'll read it. I guess it's the same for Yuri. Aw, I wanted to read everyone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment.
Okay.
I write you a story someday. I write a lot. Me too. Me too.
But yeah, anybody writes me a story, I'll read it. I promise. Okay. I have an idea, everyone.
No, I go back to working. Okay, Phoenix. Bye-bye.
Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically.
More like,
Let's all go home and write poems of our own. Next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it. Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it will help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond.
thank you.
Strengthen the bond of the club.
I know I speak excellent English. I speak English more fluently.
Isn't that right? Monica smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on. There's still one problem. Huh? What's that? Now we're back to the original topic of me joining the club. I bluntly come forth with that's what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I was going to join this club. They may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at and, I lose my train of thought.
Me too, man. Me too.
All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. I can say dejected, but not quizzically. But I'm sorry, I thought... You want... I'm defenseless against these girls.
Right.
How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision like this? Well, when it's like this. That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Are you gonna turn away from writing? Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Yes, I'm so happy! Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey, you really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came for the cupcakes, I'd be super pissed. Did he? Did he really, though? Considering how this game plays out, did he make the right choice? Then that makes it official. Welcome to the Literature Club. Thanks, I guess. Hey, you might get somewhere with one of the girls. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment? Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monica looked over at me once more. I'll look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Me too, bro, me too. Meanwhile, the girls continued to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right, Sayori and I never walk home together anymore. She's always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay! With that, the two of us depart the classroom and make our way home. The whole way home, I wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have a chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright, I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances. And I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Okay, it's time to write a poem. Pick words you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes this poem. Alright, who should we go with? Who shall we go with? Oh, the stream lag is hard. Yuri? Let's see. Empty. Oh! Graveyard. Greed. Agonizing. Wrath. Frightening. Scars. Oh. It's a mix between Yuri and Sayori. Or defeat. Oh! Vivid. Desire. Disaster. Disoriented. Suicide. Depression. Oh! I forgot that totally went with steroid. Ambient, exemplary, hopeless. Oh! Anger.
urgent after image uncontrollable alone. Massacre. Contamination, heaven sent raindrop, misery, misfortune. Oh, I think I went with Sayori by accident. Hi again. Glad to see you didn't run away from us. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I keep my word. Yeah, I tried. We can always try again later, though. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last one to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it? Oh, come on, like he deserves this slack. They already told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year, too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. But if you don't take us seriously, you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki flops back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. He always gives it his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work without me even asking. I'm dying over here. By cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Theory, that's because your room is so messy it's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. I have problems with reading. I have a stutter, and it makes everything worse. I can read perfectly fine in my head. I just might be a little jealous. How come? You and Dragon can become good friends too. Sayori. As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situations she has put me into. Oh! Yuri even brought you something today, you know. But wait, Sayori. Me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. I get in school. I would get stuck on the word D while they made us read out loud. I would sit there and stare at it for like an hour. What is it? Never mind. Sarah made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri, I wasn't thinking. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue the situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. I'm making sure no one just randomly joined the base. Hey, hang on. Okay. Making sure Val wasn't trying to scare me or anything. I get stuck. It's not even hard work. I just get stuck and I stare. So any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what.
Is that so? My throat's already hurting from talking so much. Yeah, I won't make a big deal. I won't make a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright. Well, here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want to feel... Oh, wait. I think I said I didn't want you to feel left out. So I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you usually don't. If you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it if you wanted. This is... How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out... Okay. She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Yeah. Well, you can read it on your... You can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expect Monica to pick off some scheduled activities for the club, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Darren and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she's waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. I am really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more, but at the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Crap. I think she knows me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me and our eyes meet for a split second. ... But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry. I was just spacing out. I mutter, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I was just rereading a bit of this, so... That's the book you gave me, right? Mm-hmm. I wanted to reread some of it. ... Not for any particular reason. Just curious how come you have 2 copies of the same book. Puppy! Well, I stopped by the bookstore yesterday. That's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them. I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's it about, anyway? Right. Well... Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. Oh, it's this book! Oh, there's a huge lore aspect with that book. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. I believe the Portrait of Markov... I believe it goes along with... Oh! Yes, the lore! That Pat will be missed when he finally leaves.
Yes, but I believe... Isn't that tied to, Game Slavo's other game? I'm not saying that right, am I? Naughty list. Naughty, naughty list. There's an ominous look. Yes, this is the one I'm thinking about. Ominous looking eye symbol on the front cover. Alright. I just wanted to make sure I don't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost younger sister. But as soon as she does so, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escape from a human experiment prison. And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships, and her life starts to fall apart. That's kind of dark, isn't it? This sounds like a sick book, though. I want this book. You made it sound like it was going to be a nice story. So that dark turn came from nowhere. Sounds like a cool book. I want to read it. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kind of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into those things. He's so shy and reclusive that on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that those kinds of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, because they have their own goals or their own philosophy that they believe in. And suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonist, they are made out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plan. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest in anything. Well, I guess that's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing trail my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. Me too, girl, me too. So I'm sorry if I end up saying strange things. Please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. That's true. In fact, I might as well get started on reading it, right? You don't have to. What were you saying? Just a moment ago you said you were looking forward to it? Let me just get the book. Oh, my watch went off. I don't care, watch. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put into my bag. Alright. It's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. How am I able to say apprehensive? Not others. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. Don't laugh at me. That is reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up... Ugh. Sorry. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright.
I open the book and start with the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading and comforting me. It's as if her presence over my shoulder. What? It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. I'm not in any particular Where did I get that? Where did that come from? I'm going nuts. Telling you, man. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry? You two what? I don't remember what was said. I was just... Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? I do? I didn't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... Here. This should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, then hold my book more between the two of them. Oh, okay. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess this makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way I can turn the page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? To turn the page. Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over Yuri's face and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. I'm just gonna say from now on. You're not used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah. Thanks. We continue reading. Really, do you know? Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume she finishes the page before me, so I turn it on my own volition. How did I say volition? We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently lets go of the page, letting it slither over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey, Yuri? This might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. Me don't know some of these words that are being said. You think so? Which ones? How does she? Yes, how? Oh no.
Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways. But she also second guesses all of the things that she says and does. Like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms. I don't know, maybe. I see. Yuri remains silent for a moment. But, Dragon, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. That's so embarrassing that you think that. But wait, I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really didn't know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. ... There you go. There's your ... I guess I more meant that it's kind of cute. Roar. I'm going nuts. Good. ... I made myself laugh. God damn it. What are you saying all... what? What are you saying all of a sudden? What? That makes no sense! Okay, everyone! Ah! ... Aggressive ... Exclamation point. I think it's about time we share today's poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Yuri exhales. Yuri exhales, barred from finishing her thought. Is that alright, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. It's not... It's fine. Yuri releases her hands from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Alright. I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read with you? I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way. In that case, I'll read a little more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know? That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters on your own time. Alright! I stand up. You do you? I make a mental note of where I left off in the book and slip it back into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share it with? I can't wait! Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori's is on a wrinkled sheet of loose-leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition book. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well and reach into their bags. I did the same myself. Alright, who should we share with?
let the stream catch up for you. Yuri? You're obsessed with Yuri, aren't you? Alright, Yuri. Yuri seems the most experienced, though I should start with her. Oh god, I already skipped something. I wonder why. I can trust her opinion to be fair. ... As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes light up. Exceptional. What was that? ... Question. Did I say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth, then ends up covering her whole face. He's going to hate me. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. I guess you're right. What am I getting nervous for? Yuri takes a deep breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly before looking at my poem again. ... Well, I know that. I just meant, Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words in the poem, as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah. Okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there is specific writing habits that usually are typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick it up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style that's separate from the topic matter. They form-fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expression are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing, even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example, and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in this class gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little biased, though. Based? Biased, not based, oh my god. Biased. How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily as if that's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hairs illuminate beneath the amber glow, bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing air of the present but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. Let me get a drink real quick. Okay, we're good. Dot. I'm sorry I have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you a long time to read. Shut up! I know. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you liked it. The game knows it takes you a long time. No! I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Oh, okay. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghost story? Actually, this story isn't about a ghost at all. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did get a glance over it at all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts and feelings, experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps, the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I haven't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing really. Yours was impressive too, so nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You think so? Yeah, of course. Of course, Yuri. You know, I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you. Me too. Alright, who's next? Monica? Hi, Dragon. Hi. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good. Glad to hear it. By the way, I think sharing with Monica in the meeting. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyways, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem.
Great job. I was going ooh in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm really sure why. But I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way it always counts when I put in some effort. Blah, 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 blah. That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyways. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Unlike Yuri, who likes usually simple, indirect words to describe happiness and sadness. Yuri likes it when readers are left to derive. Why would I have problems with derive their own meaning out of it? It's very challenging to read like that effectively. But allowing people to get something out of it by feel, or letting them deeply analyze all of the nonsense. Nuance, not nonsense, oh my god. It can take years of practice, which I am assuming Yuri had at this point. I never really asked though. I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet. Don't worry so much about that. You do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learn by trying new things. I'm sure you'll end up writing different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little biased towards their own kind of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Ah ha ha. Ah ha ha. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims not to be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. Doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Okay. Alright. Hole in wall. It couldn't have been me. See the directions the speckled spackle protrudes. A noisy neighbor? An angry boyfriend? I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel, blind. Like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retina's already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep, stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out, and he, on the other side, was looking in. So, what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. I'm sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that's the kind of style that's gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What's the impression behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had kind of an epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, you'll never end up making any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about this: if you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big, dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Alright, who's next? Gotta turn my screen brightness back up. Sayori? Okay. Dot. Oh my goodness! This is so good. I love it! I had no idea you were such a good writer, Sayori. You must be seriously overreacting. I'm not a good writer at all. Honestly, I have no idea what I'm doing. Well, maybe that's why. Because I have no idea what I like either. Jeez. Yuri's opinion was way more constructive than this. Maybe even Natsuki's. Are you sure you don't like it just because I wrote it? Well, I'm sure that's part of it. I think I understood you better than a lot of other people, you know? Or understand you better. So when I read your poem, it's not just a poem, it's a dragon poem. And that makes it feel extra special. Like I can feel your feelings in it. Sayori hugs the sheet against her chest. You're so weird, Sayori. I'm really happy that you wrote one. It just reminds me of how you're really a part of this club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? Like I said before, deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this for other people. That's something that only really good people do. Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny she's part of the reason I joined. Knowing how much this means to her and all. Yeah! And I'm going to make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That'll be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm gonna hold you to that then. Yay! Now, you'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. We'll see about that. Oh, dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you miss me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed. Making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever, but I'm not mad. I want breakfast. Sayori. This is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this? No! Just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least that makes me feel a little better about myself. Don't be mean. I still tried my best. Yeah. I didn't mean to say it
was a bad poem. It came out nice, or should I put it, it sounds just like you. Really? Yeah, especially the last line. I made eggs and toast, even though you were late to school. It's bad to skip breakfast and get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. Well, this was so much fun. Monica's the best. Yeah. But next time, I won't forget. I'm gonna write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I'll look forward to it. And we got Natsuki. Dot, dot, dot. Dot, dot, dot? If you're not going to take this club seriously, then go home. What? Harsh? What? You expect me to believe that you actually put effort into this? Do you think I'm stupid? I'm not a writer. Maybe I'm not very good, but yeah, I did put effort in. We all start somewhere, right? If you're still proud of your first poem, if you're still proud of the first poem you ever wrote, I'd like to read it. Exclamation, exclamation? I guess? Painful to think about? Dot, dot, dot. Fine. Well, sorry. You'll get better anyways. I tell you what to improve, but you're better off just trying again. Fair enough. Well, to each their own, I guess. Anyways, I guess I gotta share mine now. Knowing you, you'll probably think it's stupid. Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. I love Natsuki, she's so cute. Yeah, I told you that you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can really be disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on wordplay. That's your opinion. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling of the last line. So you did. I guess more went into that than I realized. That's what I mean. That's what it means to be a proud. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, I guess not. I set aside to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care about how old everybody is, or everyone is. But if Natsuki is feeling proud, I won't take that away from her. Ooh. I'm losing my voice here. Phew! I guess that's everyone. I glanced around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing ability. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poem can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club, after all. Yes, you've only said it like 5 times in the past hour. I sigh. Ah. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper bearing their respective poems. As they read, they tandem. I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Eh? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just mean the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? But, yeah, thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it, and so did Dragon did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me, I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon unless, of course, I come across something particularly inspiring. Which I haven't yet. And Dragon liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh! Didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. Eh? I like the little... That's not what I... Huh? You're just... Mary stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Dragon appreciates my advice more than he appreciates yours. Huh? You know how do you know he doesn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I wouldn't deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as dragons started showing up. The music is Natsuki. Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you! I don't like you guys fighting. Suddenly, both girls turned towards me as if they just noticed I was standing there. Right, bite. Dragon. She's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point of making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out at the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Excuse me, help me explain that to her. But wait, there's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meanings the most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessarily limiting yourself, but it's also a waste. You understand that, right? Well? ... How did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing. But whoever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. Natsuki glared at me, drying up any word I had in my mouth. So instead, I turned to Yuri. Yuri. Tut. But Yuri's expression is so defenseless, I can't bring myself to say anything to her. Sayori! Yeah. Everyone's fighting is making Sayori uncomfortable. How can you two keep fighting when you're making your friend feel like this? Dragon? Well, that's her problem. This isn't about her. I agree. It's unfair for others to interject their own feelings into our conflict. Yes, unless Sayori wants to tell Yuri what a stuck-up jerk she's being. She would never. It's your immaturity that made her upset in the first place. Excuse me? Are you listening to yourself? This is exactly why nobody likes. Stop! Natsuki, Yuri. You guys are my friends. I just want everyone to get along and be happy. My friends are wonderful people, and I love them because of their differences. Natsuki's poems? They're amazing because they give you so many feelings with just a few words. And Yuri's poems are amazing because they paint beautiful pictures in your head. Everyone is so talented, so why are we fighting? Because, well, also, Natsuki's cute, and there's nothing wrong with that. And Yuri's boobs are the same they always were, big and beautiful. ... Hey, yo. Sayori stands triumphantly. Monica stands behind her with a bewildered expression. I'll make some tea. Big and beautiful. Yuri rushes off. Natsuki sits down with a blank expression on her face, staring at nothing. So, this is why Sayori is vice president, I whisper to Monica. She nods in return. To be honest, I might come off as a good leader, and I can organize things, but I'm not very good with people. I can't even bring myself to interject. As president, that's the kind of embarrassing. That's kind of embarrassing of me. Nah. It's not like I can blame you. I wasn't able to say anything either. Well, I guess that just means Sayori's amazing in her own way, isn't she? You could say that. She might be an airhead, but sometimes it's weirdly suspicious that she knows exactly what she's doing. I see. Take good care of her, okay? I would hate to see her getting herself hurt. That makes two of us. You can count on me. Monica smiles sweetly at me, causing my stomach to knot. Such a genuine person really does make a good president, regardless of what she says. If only I could get a chance to talk to her a little more. Okay, everyone. It's just about time for us to leave. How do you all feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun. Well, I'd say it was worth it. It was alright. Well, mostly. And what about you? Yeah, I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone. Awesome! In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. Maybe you learn something from your friends too. So your poems will turn out even better. ... I think to myself, I did learn a little more about the kind of poems everyone likes. With any luck, that means I can at least do a better job impressing those I want to impress. I nod to myself with newfound determination. Dragon, ready to walk home? Sure, let's go. Sayori beams at me. It's really been a while since Sayori and I have spent this much time together. Can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Sayori. About what happened earlier. What do you mean? No, between Yuri and Natsuki? Does that kind of thing happen often? No. This is really the first time I've seen them fight like that. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you? No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they'd make good friends with you. You know, Dragon, it's nice to get to spend time with you in the club. But I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. And I think everyone really likes you too. That's... Every day is going to be so much fun. It looks like Sayori hasn't caught on to the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? We'll just have to see what the future holds, Sayori. I pat Sayori's shoulder. Pat. I said that more to myself than her, but it's easy to use Sayori as an inner monologue sometimes. Okay. Yeah. Let's do this. Alright, let's write this poem and then we're going to say goodbye. Are we still sticking with Miss Yuri? Do. Oh. Bum. Oh god. Boom. Intellectual. Oh. Misfortune. Oh my god, I'm poor. Philosophy. Antagonizing. Oriented. Incapable. Existence. Dark. Oh. His own. Brightening. Death. Oh. Unstable. Wrath. Crimson. Unrestrained. Alright, I am going to go ahead and end here. Yep, it's safety. Right there. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and end it. Thank you all for watching. If you did enjoy and are not already following, why not hit the follow? Also check out Thousand Tome as well as her Discord, and also check out my YouTube channel, which is mainly a VODs channel. And I will see you all later. Bye bye.